All right, from the file of things you didn't think you'd be doing in the desert, we're talking about winter car preparedness. Winter weather preparedness for your car. Where are we? That is coming up next. All the things you need to do to make sure there's no problems as we are below freezing in the desert.
We know how long it takes us to get ready in the cold. Well, you know what? The same goes for your car, Olivia.
Oh, I always forget about that, too. You sit there and let it idle while it's waiting to warm up. Do you turn the defrost on right away, or do you just hit the road shivering cold?
Well, let's ask the man with all the answers. Cameron looks like he's a mechanic right now. Good morning, man.
Good morning, guys. So this is a conversation I didn't think we'd be having here in the Arizona desert, preparing your car for winter weather. And just like there are things that we need to do in the summer to prepare your car for the summer's heat, the winter's cold also needs some attention. So we're at Community Tire Pro and Auto Care, and they have all kinds of things for us here that we need to remember on how it is we get our car prepared. So there are a lot of things here that people who live in the desert probably don't have in their car.
We don't think about it.
Right.
You know, we think about how do we prepare for the heat.
Right.
So some simple things to do, things you can do yourself. You can go to one of the auto supply houses and get a temperature antifreeze gauge and check your antifreeze to see if it's up to where it won't freeze. If you're running pure water, it was 25 degrees last night at my house. That could have frozen. That could take out a radiator. You know, so
well, just like in the summer, you need antifreeze to cool your car,
right? And
also your air conditioner to run. You need the opposite here in the winter. If you want your heat to run, you got to have some antifreeze.
And antifreeze should be flushed every 2 years. So if you're staying up on that, you probably have no problems. The other thing we're going to see a lot of is batteries.
Probably the most important thing, like I said, is your battery, because I had a new car, and when I was in Michigan, the cold came, battery died right out, so we were going nowhere.
Oh yeah, it's over. It's over. So make sure your battery's in good shape. Any of the shops in town can check the condition of your battery at any time, so you don't get that surprise. The other thing we forget about is wiper blades. If you're going out in the snow and your wiper blade stuck to your windshield, they need to be replaced every 6 months in Arizona.
And you don't realize you need them until you need them.
That's right.
That was good to check on that one for sure.
And then, of course, tire pressure. Believe it or not, is as important in the winter as it is in the summer, because you want that proper footprint. So if you don't keep your tire pressure where it needs to be, you're not going to have the traction necessary, and you could get into situations where that could cause you some problems.
And it's not only traction to stop, but also traction to start.
That's right. That's right.
Because you'll start spinning. One of the other things we talked about was having something to put down under the tires. If you are stuck on ice or in a big slush of snow, your tires are just looking for something to grab onto, something really simple to keep in your car.
Some floor dry or kitty litter does the same thing.
Or sidewalk salt. Throw that right under the tire.
I don't know if you can find sidewalk salt in Arizona.
Well, we'll take the sand. It just needs something, and you'll be right out of there.
There you go. There you go.
Jumper cables.
Hey, if you're going to go on the road, have a few things in your trunk. Some gloves, maybe a blanket, something to throw down on the ground if you've got to work on changing the tires, so on and so forth. Worst case scenario, you can take a floor mat from inside the car and use that. Have a lighter. You know, there's no lighters in the vehicles anymore, and most of us aren't smoking anymore. If you got to start a fire, how are you going to do it? Okay?
It's true.
Clean your windshield. You lived in it, so you know.
I can't tell you how many times I drove with just this much of the window open and trying to get down the road. Always got to have this.
And obviously we're here talking about NARPRO, your neighborhood auto repair professionals. These are locally owned businesses, locally or family owned and operated. If you're getting ready to go on the road, stop in a NARPRO shop. They'll take care of you.
15 seconds left. We talked about, do you need to start your car early or do you not? Simple answers.
If you're driving an older car, carbureted car, it's not a good idea, because what happens is the choke opens up and starts pushing a bunch of gas in there, and that flushes all the lubrication. You're driving a newer car, 96 or above, you got fuel injection, nothing to worry about. Start it up, let it get warm. Don't get in it till you get there.
Now, you and I said we're still starting the car so that our heat can be up and running when we get in it. But the car does not require that to get going.
No.
Thank you so much for the lesson this morning. This is one that I always forget to have. Kim, the folks up north, probably you don't leave the house without this, but some of us this morning, there was some frost on some windows and some cars here this morning, so I know a lot of people probably had to break out the credit card to get where they had to go this morning.
I don't even think you can find those ice scrapers readily available in the valley. You know what works though? A cassette case. Yes, I had one in my car, so those work as well.
She uses a cassette case.
Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it.
Hey, whatever you got to do.